Hey everybody, welcome back to Fixing Things. Today's episode, and we're gonna get right into it. This is my daughter's Chrysler Town and Country minivan, and the window don't go up and down. And I put a window regulator in it one time before. It comes with the wires and the things and the two outriggers and a little motor and a connector that pops in. And the last time I bought, which I'm not gonna do that no more, I gotta stop buying cheap parts off of eBay. So this time, and it went bad. The rest of the windows and all that stuff on this thing are all original ones, and this is the second time that this window messed up. So I went and bought a high quality one this time. So on this episode, you get to see me make a fool out of myself doing it twice. I didn't make a video the last one, but they're fairly easy to do, but a little bit tricky because they're tight and you got to do a little bit of banana twisting on them. So we'll take this door panel apart and get the water shield out of it and get to the bolts that holds it on and get the other one out. And now I know my son put this window up. I think you got to move the window up and down to get to the bolts. We'll check it out as we go. You'll be here with me on how to put the window junk inside there to make the thing work on this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. So the first thing I want to do is I want to vacuum the work area out a little bit. Sometimes trash and stuff gets built up around the finger hole where the screw is, that holds it in, and I don't want all that stuff to be falling out all over my ground when I take this door handle off, this door panel off. So let's take as Derek calls it, the mouse sucker. Suck the mice up. Working. All right, so there's several screws. There's one that's down in the handhold, one here, and one down below, and then just clips that holds it on. And once you get to a certain point, you gotta unhook the electrical connectors on it. But my son had it apart last. There's a screw missing here and a screw missing down there. My son. I'm not saying he did a bad job. He doesn't. He does excellent work. It may have been that the screws got lost. I got tons of screws to put back in its place. So when we put it back together, it's gonna be better than how I found it. That's my motto. If you're gonna do something, go beyond the expectation of the customer or the expectation of your fellow workers, the expectation of your boss. Do the extra expectation, and you'll find out you'll go do better in life. So there's just one screw right down here because the other ones are missing, and we'll see how that goes. That's the only screw that I see. I'm gonna put all my screws in a, we're doing an operation, so you gotta have a dish to put it in. So now there's play in the door panel. So once you get the door panel to this point, you gotta get behind here and unhook the garbage. You got, this one's got the little red clippy. You just pull it down a little bit. Now the door panel is free. Then we'll remove the water vapor shield thingy. All right, so the thing you notice here, you want to take a good mental note of how this thing worked. Your cables draw inside these things. It looks good. Plastic tip that comes out. Let's get this connector off. All right, so right here there's actually three. I'm missing one. There's these holds the motor to the door. Just these push-pull clips. I don't know where the other one went. And that comes loose. So again, this one went down below. This one went from the bottom corner up top, and this side went up to the top. So when you're twisting this back in play, and you also got to remember how you got it out, because it only goes in one way and it only comes out one way. Also, the window is attached to it, and I can't remember how that was, but we'll figure out here soon enough. So this is one of my lawnmower batteries that I keep on charge in the garage, and we're going to use this to power up the window regulator if it'll move, because we got to get the window to a point to get to the bolts to get the window off of the track. Then we can start removing the 4 bolts and twist it out. So what I did was I hooked up some wires to the other end of the jumper cables, and we're going to take the wires to go to the motor and see if we can't get this thing, get the window to come down to where we can get to the bolts. up a little bit. All right, right there. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, wait, Pastorville, that window's working. It's going up and down. The thing is, it only works intermittently. And it goes all the way down and gets stuck and it won't come back up. And when my son had to get it up to a certain point, then it would kick in and go. I don't know if it has a bad gear in it or whatever. I got a brand new window regulator, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, so the bolt is right through here, and this one takes a 10 millimeter. Some of them take like a T30 or a T25 or something like that, probably T30. This one takes a 10 millimeter. Should just pull up. Pull up. Of course, the window is stuck. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tape the window up in the air. If it falls, I'll probably get my finger. The bolt's loose. You gotta get all the slack in the world, pull it real tight, then you get the one bottom out. And once you get the bottom out, you can get the top out. Once you get the top out, it gives you slack to get the other one out. And it ain't easy. I can tell you that, it ain't easy. My window tape is coming off. Once you get slack, You can get it out. Now it's time to put the new one in. I'd be lying to tell you it was easy. It ain't. You definitely have to get this piece off first and get all the slack as you can. Lift up on it pretty tight. Get all the slack out and get this one edge out. That is the key. They could have made these cables a little bit longer. There's no reason to have them this tight. Hopefully the next one is easier. This was a cheap aftermarket one. All right, so here's the new one. I got it off eBay. It's a TRQ. It's supposed to be good quality. Let's see if we can't get it in. Should go like this, I believe. Should go like this. First thing is to get this side in. All right. The window regulator is already down in the position. All right. There went the window. All right, now I gotta find all my screws. I don't know what I'll do with them. All right, so we're gonna bolt the new regulator in. So all we gotta do is loosen the screw.
just like that. Now that the window's inside the little groove, it's pinched between the rubber. Just tighten it up. This eliminates the plastic snap-ins. Take the nuts off it, get it behind this thing. Alright, let's get this thing back on. You need some really sticky tape. Gorilla tape. Don't want to forget to plug in the window. Now let's see if this thing goes up or down. Goes up kind of rough. Maybe I need to oil the window edges. That's going to be it for this episode of Fixing Things. I want to special thanks to TRQ. I've used a few of their parts in the past, and they've always been good quality. When I put this other window regulator in, it went in good. It fit good. And it worked good for about a year, and then it putted out on us. And one thing I noticed that the cables on this thing were so tight, it was very hard to get in. The cables on the TRQ are slightly longer, and it just went right in. It's amazing. Superior product. I can tell just by installing it. Not saying this thing wasn't good. Maybe I just got a fluke. Probably save this for robot parts, maybe. All right, that's gonna be this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. On a skill test, I think anybody with a screwdriver, some Allen wrench, torque wrenches can do this just by following this video right here. There's also TRQ has videos for almost all their products online, including this car here, because I used it the last time that I put the window regulator in, even though I didn't use their part. Dumb me. Like again, good quality parts. I still got to do the fuel pump on the Trailblazer over there. I put cheap quality parts on it, and it literally broke down on the first test drive. I want to be buying the factory pump when I put that thing back in, because that's a really nice car, and I like to see that go to a good home if I don't keep it myself. Hey, God bless each and every one of you. Remember, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This is a good project. You see that window goes up and down now all by itself. You know what happened? That window was down. We had a down trench. Water got under the seat on the floor and jacked up the computer. Good thing when it dried out, it went back to work. We were lucky. God bless you. I'll see you on the next episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill, which will be tomorrow. God bless you.